Yeah, let me ask you guys something. If DeAndre Ayton was 20 pounds heavier, complained after damn near every call, did not get back on defense, what would people be saying about him? What if he was just a straight up poor defender? Forget getting back on defense. What if he was just a poor defender? What would people be saying about him? And the reason why I bring that up is because I'm watching First Take. I literally got First Take on right now. I'm watching them talk about DeAndre Ayton, and they're talking about how he's not the center the Lakers need. He's not the center Luka needs, right? Luka's not going to be happy with this and all this other shit. And it's like, you guys bring up Luka. The player I was talking about that was 20 pounds heavier, complained after every call, did not get back on defense. I'm talking about Luka. And I get it. Luka is a superstar. When you're a superstar, you could get away with more shit like that. You know, I get it. My point is, whatever people are saying about DeAndre Ayton right now is a total double standard. Right? If DeAndre Ayton comes out of a game and he smacks a chair, right? It's funny. Back in the day, people would call that passion. People, oh, he's passionate. He cares. Right? But DeAndre Ayton, he's immature. He's a childish. Right? The word from Portland was all the teammates loved him. He was a fantastic teammate. But he didn't drive in snow that one time. He was late or missed a plane because he couldn't drive in snow. It's funny. I know a dude. I used to work in a power plant. I was working in a power plant 20 years. I knew this dude. Good dude. His name was Mark. He refused to drive in a half inch of snow. If it was snowing, he would not drive. Right? Hardest working dude in the whole plant. But if it snowed, I live in Northern Virginia, by the way. Right? So every year you get a little bit of snow. Yeah. Used to be you got a lot. But now every year you get a little bit of snow. Anyway, if it snowed half an inch, the dude would not drive. He would not come into work. Hardest working dude in the plant. Most reliable. One of the most reliable dudes that would not come to work. And so people take that and they put it on DeAndre Ayton like he's... Look, let me tell you something, man. I saw DeAndre Ayton get off a plane the other day. That dude looked fantastic. Long, lean, moved really well. And when I say moved really well, I'm telling you straight up, you move different when you're fat. For example, I seen Luka run up and down the court last year. And I said, yo, man, he don't even move like an athlete. He don't even run like an athlete. He runs like just like a fat, talented dude. That's what I said to myself. You know? And it's funny, man, because Luka is right there. He's right there. Yet you hear these complaints about DeAndre Ayton, and then you hear for one, you look at him and you say, yo, man, this dude is in fantastic shape. I saw him yesterday come off the plane. The dude is in he ostensibly is in fantastic shape. That's one. But two, he is one of two players over the first 6 or 7 years of their career to average a double-double, points and rebounds. Him and Dwight Howard. That doesn't say immature, lack of work ethic, all that other shit. So I'm looking at him and I'm hearing these stats and I'm just like, yeah, man, what are people talking about? You know, I used to hear people say, you know, Floyd Mayweather, he's just a brash, he's egocentric, he's, you know, just bad attitude, all this other shit. He's not humble. I was like, man, have you seen this dude's work ethic? His work ethic screams humility. You may not give it to him. You may not see it because you're not watching. Right? But his work ethic screams humility. You know, same thing with Don't Connect, man. I was, I watched Don't Connect the first 20 games of this year. And it's like, yo, dude, this dude is great. 17 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 55% from the field overall, 48% from 3. This guy is fantastic. Big enough sample size that you got to say, yo, we got one. Straight up, we got one. Then Austin Reeves came back. Then Gabe Vincent came back. And all of a sudden, you start hearing this narrative that Don't connect, don't play defense. That's what they started putting on him. Don't connect, don't play defense. And I'm just sitting there thinking, you know what? None of them were talking that shit when Don't Connect was kicking ass over the first 20 games of the year. Right? Keeping the Lakers in it. Right? Nobody was talking that he don't play no defense shit. Where did that come from? Where the heck did that come from? You know? And that's what I see when I hear these talking heads speak of DeAndre Ayton. It's like, yo, where's this coming from? Right? I'm not saying the dude didn't do some foul shit. I'm not saying he wasn't immature. I'm not saying he wasn't late sometimes. All I'm saying is, if he was 20 pounds overweight and he was complaining after damn near every call and he was late getting back on defense and he generally played poor defense, his ass would be out the NBA. And when I bring up those 4 attributes, I'm talking about Luka. Yo, I like Luka. Right? Luka is a fantastic player. Luka is a superstar, potentially the face of the NBA. Right? And I understand that when you are that good, hey man, you get a pass on shit. I get it. I totally get it. I'm just saying that a lot of these talking heads, especially the ones who haven't really watched DeAndre Ayton play, and you could tell, right? Because, yo, when I made my video about Jake LaRavia, I straight up told you guys, I haven't seen the dude play. To me, the signing of Jake LaRavia means something else. And that's what I spoke on, right? Most of you guys ain't seen Jake LaRavia play that much, you know? But when I hear these guys talk about DeAndre Ayton, you could tell they haven't really seen him play. And again, DeAndre Ayton is a victim of an era in the NBA that tried to copycat the Golden State Warriors. An era in the NBA that said a big, back-to-the-basket, skilled center is not worth a shit. You don't need it. That's not where this quote-unquote new NBA is going, which is so stupid, right? There was one team that played like the Golden State Warriors, and that was the Golden State Warriors. And the Golden State Warriors that had Steph Curry and Klay Thompson were not as good as the Golden State Warriors that had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant. You see what I'm saying? I mean, the whole notion of trying to copycat those Golden State Warriors, that's just a stupid-ass NBA. And, hey, I'm going to say it, some stupid-ass fans who have a simple-minded view of basketball, where the 3-ball is everything. Everything is getting a 3-and-D wing. 3-and-D, man, get out of here with that 3-and-D wing shit. Right? See, there's this dude in Washington. I live in Northern Virginia. There's this player that plays for the Wizards. His name is Tristan Vukcevic. I keep putting his name out. I've made 3 or 4 videos about the dude. I think he's a restricted free agent. The Lakers got a $5.5 million biannual something or other, whatever, right? I give it to that dude. And I say, Washington, match it. You want to match it? This dude is a 15 to 20 point per game player in the NBA. Right? He's 7 feet tall. He's a decent presence at the rim. He's a pretty good rebounder. Nobody knows who this dude is. And Washington is hiding him, hoping that he don't get a deal from anybody else. Washington is hiding him. The Wizards, they're hiding this guy right now. The Lakers are going to go look for a name. They may go after Al Horford, who I am not totally against going after Al Horford, right? I just think that you are on borrowed time. You go and get Al Horford knowing that you have a chance to win a championship when you got LeBron James, Luka, and in my opinion, DeAndre Ayton, who I think at some point in the season is going to be a 22-12 type of player. 22-12. That's my projection for him over 36. That's what he is going to be, right? Yo, man, you go and get a dude on borrowed time. When that time runs out, if it runs out on your watch, yo, go get Tristan Vukcevic. The reason why Washington could hire Tristan Vukcevic is because the league still does not understand that a big man is uber valuable. It's just now starting to get back to that. After this Golden State run looks like it's totally over, kind of. Yeah, it's over. Golden State's over. So as Golden State dies down and as the league comes back to its senses, it's going back to what the league has always been over the course of its history. You got to have big men on the court. And the rim is a finite height. It's fixed. It's not a variable. So 10 feet, a big man, do the math, right? But the NBA went away from that. And it went away from that on the watch, or actually as players like DeAndre Ayton came into the NBA. Jahlil Okafor, right? A lot of you guys laugh at the dude. He averaged 18 and 9 in his rookie year. And he got just moved out, right? If you're a center and you couldn't shoot 3-pointers, you got moved out, you know? And that's what it was. But now the league is starting to coming back to what it always was, you know? And as it comes back to what it always was, you'll see DeAndre Ayton is better than what these people give him credit for. It's just DeAndre Ayton does not have the clout that a Luka Doncic has, right? See, what Luka Doncic is right now, the dude could average 38 and 8. What he is right now, he could average 38 and 8. You know, and that makes him exceptional. DeAndre Ayton can't. DeAndre Ayton, if he were to look and move and act like Luka Doncic, he'd be out the NBA. Make no mistake about it. Right? DeAndre Ayton, I think, is better than what they're all saying. That's the point of this video. And he's going to show it. If he's better, it's not going to be because of Luka. Actually, scratch that. Luka will help him be better when you play around good players. And only in the sense that when you play around good players, you're going to play better. Right? In that sense, Luka will make him better. But what's really going to make him better, in my opinion, if he has his head right, is LeBron. That's the player that'll make him better. What's most important to DeAndre Ayton than anything is J.J. Redick. J.J. Redick, last year, Game 5, Minnesota, he saw no need for a center. Right? And after one quarter, he should have turned to Jackson Hayes, who he told Jackson Hayes, yo, you're not playing today. He should have turned to Jackson Hayes and say, hey, look, man, I was wrong. J.J. Redick can't do that. Right? When J.J. Redick matures and DeAndre Ayton matures and Luka matures, they're going to be powerful, man. They're going to be powerful. And they're all growing. They're young men. Right? J.J. Redick, not as much, but he's a young coach. He will grow into that position. Okay? Anyway, the point of this video is to say that there is a double standard against DeAndre Ayton. And part of it comes because, one, he is not a superstar. Part of it comes because he is not a Golden State Warrior style player. Right? And as the league comes out of that, they'll begin to recognize the value of DeAndre Ayton. I thought he was fantastic in Phoenix. Golden State came, y'all. That's all that happened to him. Golden State came and changed the game. And now the game is going back to what it was. You know? So anyway, this is Pure Uncut Lakers. Please like and subscribe, and I'll hit you next time.